My girlfriend tweeted, "I'm not property, I'm a person with rights." After I asked her to stop texting her ex, I retweeted it with, "Respecting your right to be single," and moved my stuff out. She showed up at my new place crying that I'd taken it too far. I, 28 male, have been with Olivia for about 2 years, moved in together 8 months ago. Everything was pretty solid until about 3 months ago when her ex Jesse started popping up in her notifications. At first, it was just occasional likes on her posts. Then came the DMs. I'm not the jealous type, but when your girlfriend's phone is constantly lighting up at 11 p.m. with messages from her ex, you notice. I brought it up casually one night. "Hey, Jesse's been texting you a lot lately. Everything okay?" She got defensive immediately. "We're just friends. We ended on good terms." Cool. I get it. I have exes I'm cordial with too. But this wasn't cordial. This was daily conversations, inside jokes, and him sending her memes at 2 a.m. The breaking point came last Tuesday. We were watching Netflix when her phone buzzed. She grabbed it quickly, but I saw the notification preview. "Can't stop thinking about that night we..." She saw me see it. Instead of explaining, she clutched her phone to her chest and said, "You don't own me." I asked her one simple thing. "Can you please stop texting your ex? It's making me uncomfortable, especially these late-night messages." Her response? She stormed off to the bedroom, and 20 minutes later, I see a notification that she's tweeted. I check Twitter, and there it is. "I'm not property. I'm a person with rights. No one gets to control who I talk to. My body, my choice, feminism, toxic masculinity." 67 likes, 23 retweets. Her friends in the comments calling me controlling and saying she deserves better. I sat there for maybe 5 minutes, just staring at my phone. Then I quote tweeted her post, "Respecting your right to be single." And that's exactly what I did. Update 1. Holy crap, this blew up. Thanks for all the support. Some of you asked for an update, so here we go. After I posted that tweet, I didn't wait around for the drama. I called my buddy Sean, who has a spare room, and asked if I could crash for a few days. He didn't even ask questions, just said, "Come through." I packed the essentials while Olivia was still in the bedroom subtweeting about men who can't handle independent women. Took me maybe 30 minutes to grab my clothes, laptop, PS5, and the important documents. Left my key on the counter with a note. "Rent's paid through the end of the month. After that, it's all you." The meltdown started about 2 hours later. First came the texts. "Olivia, where are you? Are you seriously leaving over a tweet? This is so immature. We need to talk about this, like adults." Then the calls. 17 of them. I didn't answer a single one. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember how she tweeted about her rights and independence? Well, turns out she forgot that independence comes with responsibilities, like paying bills. See, I'd been handling most of our expenses. Rent, utilities, groceries, streaming services, about 70-30 split, because I make more. Not because she couldn't afford it, but because she was saving for her art business. She sold 3 paintings in 2 years. By day 2, her tone changed. "Olivia, the electricity bill is due tomorrow. Are you going to pay it? Hello? You can't just abandon your responsibilities. This is financial abuse." I responded once, "I'm respecting your independence. You got this." Then she showed up at Sean's place. How she found out where I was, I don't know. Sean's girlfriend Hannah answered the door, took one look at Olivia's red puffy face, and called for me. Olivia was a mess. Makeup running, hair in a messy bun, wearing the same clothes from 2 days ago. "You took it too far," she sobbed. "It was just a tweet. I didn't mean it like that." "What did you mean then?" I asked. Jesse means nothing to me. You're overreacting." "Then why couldn't you just stop texting him?" Because you can't tell me what to do." "I didn't tell you what to do. I asked you to stop doing something that made me uncomfortable. You chose your ex over our relationship. I'm just respecting that choice." She tried to push past Hannah to get inside. "We need to talk. You can't just leave." "Actually, I can. I'm a person with rights, remember?" Update 2. Y'all, the entitlement has reached new heights. So after Olivia's failed attempt to storm Sean's place, she went full nuclear on social media. Posted a TikTok about how to spot a narcissist with not-so-subtle references to our relationship. Got her friends to brigade my social media with comments about how I'm abusive and controlling. But the real kicker? She changed the Netflix password, the Netflix I pay for. I simply canceled the subscription, along with Hulu, HBO Max, Disney Plus, and her gym membership that was on my credit card. You know, respecting her independence and all. The meltdown was immediate, Olivia. WTF? I was in the middle of a series. You're so petty. My trainer just texted that my membership was declined. This is actually psychotic behavior. Meanwhile, Jesse, sliding into the situation like the opportunist he is, started commenting on all her posts with supportive messages. You deserve someone who respects you, queen. His loss. Some men can't handle a strong woman. Here's the thing about Jesse that I haven't mentioned. Dude's been living with his mom for 5 years, drives a 2003 Honda Civic with a trash bag for a rear window, and his idea of a date is splitting a $5 Taco Bell box. But sure, king, shoot your shot. Then I get a text from an unknown number. It's Olivia's mom. Hi Noah, it's Gloria. I heard you and Olivia are having some troubles. She's staying with me now, and I wanted to talk to you about being the bigger person here. Relationships require compromise. Maybe you could apologize for overreacting, and you two can work this out? She's been crying for days. I responded politely. Hi Gloria, I appreciate your concern, but Olivia made her choice clear. I'm not interested in reconciling with someone who publicly disrespects our relationship. Hope you're both well. Gloria, but she didn't mean it. You know how she gets. And honestly, between you and me, she can't afford that apartment on her own. You'd really make her homeless over a silly tweet? Me. She's an independent adult with a job. I'm sure she'll figure it out. Then came the guilt trips from Olivia's friend group. Her bestie Catherine called me crying about how I'm ruining Olivia's life and how she's never seen her this broken. She made one mistake, Catherine wailed. You're really going to throw away 2 years over this? She made a choice, I said. She chose her ex and her independence over our relationship. I'm just respecting that choice. But she didn't mean it that way. Then maybe she should have thought before she tweeted. The apartment situation is where things got really spicy. Our lease is in both our names, but I've been paying most of the rent. I contacted the landlord, explained the situation, and offered to either take over the lease solo or break it and pay the penalty. He was cool about it. Apparently Olivia had been a nightmare tenant when she lived there before I moved in. Always late with rent, noise complaints, the works. He agreed to let me break the lease with 30 days notice. I'd lose the security deposit, but honestly, small price to pay for freedom. I texted Olivia the news, FYI, gave notice to the landlord. You have 30 days to find a new place. I already found a studio downtown. Good luck. The response was, unhinged. Olivia, you can't do this. My name is on the lease too. This is illegal. I'm calling a lawyer. Jesse says you can't just kick me out. I'll sue you for emotional distress. I'm not kicking you out. I'm moving out and ending the lease, which I have every right to do. You're welcome to talk to the landlord about getting a new lease in your name only. Radio silence for 2 hours. Then, he wants first month, last month, and security deposit. That's $4,500. I don't have that. You know I don't have that. Please don't do this. I'm sorry, okay? Is that what you want to hear? I'll block Jesse. The fake apology was cute, but I'd already signed the lease for my new place. A nice studio with a view, in-unit laundry, and gym in the building. Rent's actually less than what I was paying for half of our place. Funny how that works. Update 3. Final. Last update because I'm ready to close this chapter. So Olivia had to move back in with her mom, but not before one last attempt at manipulation. She convinced Catherine to text me, asking if I'd meet Olivia at a coffee shop to get closure. Said Olivia just wanted to apologize properly and return some of my stuff. Against my better judgment, I agreed. Brought Sean with me though. Wasn't about to walk into an ambush alone. Olivia showed up looking like she'd stepped out of a magazine. Full makeup, new dress, perfume I'd bought her for her birthday. She had a small box of my things, some books, a watch I'd left behind, a couple of t-shirts. Hi, she said softly. Thanks for meeting me. I just nodded. She launched into this speech about how she'd been doing a lot of thinking and realized her mistakes. How Jesse meant nothing and she'd blocked him on everything. How she was willing to work on herself if I'd give her another chance. I even started therapy, she said, eyes welling up. I know I messed up, but we were so good together. Remember our trip to Miami? Remember how you said I was your person? I did remember. I also remembered her tweeting that I was toxic for asking her to stop texting her ex. Olivia, I appreciate the apology, but I've moved on. I hope you find what you're looking for. That's when the mask slipped. Moved on? Her voice went sharp. It's been 2 weeks. You already found someone else, didn't you? Who is she? There's no one else. I'm just focusing on myself. Bullshit. Men don't leave unless they have someone lined up. She stood up, knocking over her coffee. You've probably been cheating this whole time. That's why you were so paranoid about Jesse. Sean stepped in. Yo, we're done here. But Olivia wasn't finished. She grabbed the box of my stuff and dumped it on the floor. You know what? Keep your shut. I hope she cheats on you like you cheated on me. The whole coffee shop was staring. The barista looked ready to call security. Olivia, I said calmly, gathering my things off the floor. This right here is why we're done. You can't even apologize without making it about you. She started ugly crying. You ruined my life. I'm living with my mother because of you. I'm 28 years old, living in my childhood bedroom. No, you're living with your mother because you chose tweeting about your rights over having an adult conversation about boundaries. You're living with your mother because you thought you could have your ex and me too. That's on you. We left her there, mascara running, screaming about how I'd regret this. Plot twist. Jessie hit me up on Instagram that night. Bro, I just wanted to say I had no idea she had a boyfriend. She told me you guys broke up months ago. I'm not that type of dude. My bad. I thanked him for reaching out. Turns out Olivia had been telling him we were basically roommates and growing apart. He blocked her after finding out the truth from her TikTok rants. It's been a month now. I'm settled in my new place. Got a promotion at work. Turns out not having relationship drama improves your focus. Who knew? Started hitting the gym, Sean recommended. Even went on a couple casual dates, though I'm not rushing into anything. Olivia still posts subliminal messages on Twitter. Lots of quotes about knowing your worth and men who can't handle independent women. Her mom unfriended me on Facebook, but not before sending one last message about how I broke her baby's heart. The funniest part? Remember that art business she was saving for? She started a GoFundMe to rebuild her life after financial abuse. Raised $73. Mostly from her mom and Catherine. Some of y'all said I was too harsh. Maybe. But here's the thing. I didn't ask for much. I asked my girlfriend to stop texting her ex at 2 a.m. Instead of having an adult conversation, she put me on blast on social media and called me toxic. She had every right to keep talking to him, and I had every right to leave. I'm not property either. I'm a person with standards. Thanks for following along on this wild ride, Reddit. I'm gonna go enjoy my drama-free life now. Edit, no, I'm not taking her back. Yes, I'm in therapy. Started before the breakup actually. Best decision ever. And to the person who found Olivia's TikTok and linked it, please don't harass her. She's dealing with the consequences of her choices. Let's leave it at that. She texted, "You're obsessed with your dead mom. It's creepy and pathetic." I responded, "I'll reflect on that." Then I donated the inheritance my creepy mom left me to charity for cancer patients. Her screaming when she found out about the $2 million she'd been counting on. Original post: I, 36 male, lost my mom to pancreatic cancer 11 months ago. It was brutal. 6 months from diagnosis to the end. I took FMLA, moved back home to help with her care. Watched this incredible woman who raised me solo after dad bailed when I was 8 just fade away. Mom left me everything. The house, her retirement accounts, life insurance, about $2.3 million total after selling the house. She'd lived frugally her whole life, invested smart, never remarried. Said she wanted to leave me set for life. Been with Veronica, 34, for 3 years. She moved into my condo 8 months ago. Never saw any red flags until mom got sick. Then little comments started. You're there every weekend. She has nurses, Dennis. When are you coming home? I thought she was just feeling neglected. Tried to include her, invited her to come with me. She came twice, spent both visits on her phone, complained about the depressing atmosphere. After mom passed, I was a mess. Grief hits weird. Some days I'm fine, others I'm crying over finding her handwriting on a grocery list. Started seeing a therapist. Going through mom's things slowly, keeping what matters, donating the rest. Last Tuesday, found mom's recipe box. Started crying looking at her famous lasagna recipe with notes in the margins. Made it for dinner as a way to feel close to her. Veronica came home while I was plating it. Lasagna again? That's the third time this month. It's mom's recipe. It helps me feel connected to her. She rolled her eyes, actually rolled them. Dennis, this is getting weird. You're literally obsessed with your dead mother. It's creepy and pathetic. I just stared at her. What did you just say? You heard me. It's been almost a year. Normal people move on. You're acting like Norman Bates or something, going through her clothes, cooking her food, crying over random stuff. It's not healthy. She was my only parent, the only family I had left. Had, past tense. She's gone. And honestly, thank God I won't have to deal with a monster-in-law. But this shrine you're building to her, it needs to stop. You need to focus on the living. On us. Our future. My brain just stopped, like a record scratch moment. Our future? Her whole demeanor shifted, softer. Yes, baby. We could do so much with that inheritance. Buy a house, travel, invest in my boutique idea. Your mom would want you to be happy, to move forward. There it was, the real reason. Not concern for my mental health, money. I'll reflect on that, I said quietly. She smiled, kissed my cheek. Good. Maybe we can look at houses this weekend? Something in Westfield? Maybe. She went to shower. I sat at the kitchen table, staring at mom's lasagna, thinking. Remembering things. How Veronica perked up when the lawyer mentioned the inheritance amount. How she started talking about our plans for the money. How she'd been pushing me to get over it since the day after the funeral. Made a phone call that night after she went to bed. Update 1. Been a week since the lasagna incident. Did a lot of thinking and planning. See, here's what I realized. Veronica never once asked how I was doing after mom died. Never held me while I cried. Never offered to help go through things or share memories. Just kept pushing me to move on and making comments about the money. Remember I mentioned mom left me set for life? She also left me something else. A letter. Only opened it last week. Part of it said, Dennis, my sweet boy, I know you'll grieve hard. That's okay. Take your time. But be careful who you let close during this vulnerable time. People show their true colors when money's involved. Your father certainly did. Trust your gut. Love, Mom. Even from beyond, she was looking out for me. So Thursday, I met with an estate attorney. Different one from who handled Mom's will. Explained the situation. He suggested some options. I picked the nuclear one. Set up a charitable trust, irrevocable, meaning once the money goes in, it can't come back out to me. Ever. The Cancer Research Foundation would get $1 million. Local hospice that took care of Mom, another $500. Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, $500. The remaining $300 stays in my personal accounts for emergencies and living expenses. Signed the papers Friday morning. Transfer would process Monday. Done deal. No takebacks. Friday evening, Veronica's browsing Zillow on her tablet. Babe, look at this one. 5 bedrooms, pool, perfect for entertaining, only $1.8 million. We could pay cash and still have money left for renovations. That's a nice house, I said. I can call the realtor tomorrow. Oh, and I found the perfect spot for my boutique. The lease is only $4,000 a month. With your mom's money, we could... It's not my mom's money anymore. She looked up. What? I donated it to cancer charities in Mom's memory. The tablet slipped from her hands. You? What? How much? $2 million. I've never seen someone's face go through so many emotions so fast. Confusion, disbelief, rage. You donated $2 million without discussing it with me? It was my inheritance, my decision. I'm your girlfriend. We lived together. That money was our future. No, it was Mom's money. She earned it. She saved it. She left it to me, and I chose to honor her memory by helping other families going through what we went through. She stood up, shaking. How much is left? Enough for me to live modestly. How much? About $300. The sound that came out of her mouth wasn't quite a scream, more like a wounded animal. 300, you threw away $2 million? I donated it to help people dying of cancer, like my creepy mom did. You spiteful bastard, you did this to punish me. No, I did it because it's what felt right. Mom's death shouldn't be my lottery ticket, or yours. She grabbed her phone, called her sister. Melody, he gave it away. The money, he gave it all away. sobbing now. $2 million to charity. Can he even do that? Is it legal? Spent the next hour listening to her alternate between crying, screaming, and calling me every name in the book. Her sister came over. They huddled in the bedroom, plotting. Heard Melody say something about suing for emotional distress and common law marriage. Sent a text to my lawyer friend. She's threatening legal action. Thoughts? LMAO. Good luck to her. It's your inheritance. You could have set it on fire if you wanted. Common law marriage isn't recognized here. She has zero claim. Update 2, Saturday morning. Woke up to Veronica and Melody standing over me. We need to talk, Melody said in her best lawyer voice. She's a paralegal. About the financial abuse you're perpetrating. I actually laughed. Financial abuse? I donated my inheritance to charity. After 3 years together, shared residence, combined lives, that money was marital property. We're not married. Common law doesn't exist in this state. Try again. Veronica jumped in. I've invested 3 years in this relationship. I moved in with you. I gave up opportunities. What opportunities? I could have been with someone else. Someone who would actually provide for me. There it was. Mask completely off. So you were investing in me, hoping for a payout when Mom died? That's not. I didn't mean. Get out. You can't kick me out. I live here. I have rights. You're not on the lease. You don't pay rent. You're a month-to-month guest at best. Leave voluntarily or I'll start the eviction process. Melody pulled her aside, whispering. Then, fine, but Veronica needs time to find a place, 30 days, 72 hours. That's illegal. So call the cops. Tell them how your sister is mad her boyfriend donated his inheritance to cancer research. They left to make arrangements. I started packing Veronica's things, found something interesting in her closet. A folder labeled D Estate. Inside, screenshots of Zillow listings, boutique locations, vacation destinations, a spreadsheet calculating my net worth, dated 6 months ago, 2 months before Mom died. She'd been planning this. While Mom was dying, while I was falling apart, she was shopping for houses with money that wasn't even mine yet. Took photos of everything. Update 3, Sunday afternoon. The extinction burst, learned that term from the grief counselor, was spectacular. Veronica's mom, Deidre, showed up. Full theatrical mode. How dare you throw my daughter out, after everything she's done for you? What exactly has she done for me, Deidre? She loved you. Supported you. She called my dead mother creepy and pathetic, then tried to spend her money. That money was Veronica's future too. You were together 3 years. Dating, not married, no kids, no shared property. She has zero claim. She put her life on hold for you. How? She works part-time at a yoga studio, lives here rent-free. I pay for everything. You manipulative bastard. You probably planned this. Led her on. I pulled out my phone, showed her the folder photos. Veronica was planning to spend my inheritance 6 months ago, while my mom was dying. Deidre's face went pale. She was just dreaming. Planning your future together. She was shopping for my mom to die. Then came the guilt trips. Veronica posted on social media. Devastated. After supporting my boyfriend through his mother's death, staying by his side through his grief, he donated his entire inheritance out of spite and kicked me out. 3 years together meant nothing. Now I'm homeless because I told him he needed therapy for his unhealthy obsession with his deceased mother. This is what happens when you try to help someone heal. Abused, narcissistic abuse, financial abuse. The comments were split, her friends rallying. But then my buddy Terrence chimed in. Funny how you were never at the hospital, never at the funeral, but real quick to mention the inheritance amount at the wake. Dennis's mom was insane. That money went exactly where it should. Her post got deleted an hour later. Monday morning, the transfers were complete. Got confirmation emails from each charity. Tax deduction receipts for next year. Mom would have loved that detail. She always maximized her deductions. Veronica showed up with a U-Haul and her brother Keith. Keith tried to mean mug me. You're a real piece of work, man. Doing my sister like this. Your sister plotted to spend my dying mother's money. Here's her stuff. Everything was in boxes by the door, labeled, organized, even bubble-wrapped her yoga trophies. As they loaded the truck, Veronica made one last attempt. Dennis, please, we can work this out. I'll apologize. I was insensitive about your mom, but throwing away $2 million? That's insane. It's not thrown away. It'll fund research, help families afford hospice care, maybe save lives. But what about your life? Our life? I have a life, a good job, a nice place, money saved, I'll be fine. What about love? You're throwing that away too. No, I'm recognizing that what we had wasn't love. Love doesn't call your grief creepy. Love doesn't plan to spend your inheritance while your mom is dying. She started ugly crying. You'll regret this. You'll be alone. No one will want you without that money. Then I'll know they want me for me, like Mom did. Keith honked the horn. She grabbed the last box, stopped at the door. Your mother was a bitter old woman who raised a pathetic mama's boy. No wonder your dad left. I smiled. Actually smiled. Thank you. For what? For proving I made the right choice. She slammed the door so hard, the frame shook. Update 4. It's been 3 weeks since Veronica moved out. The fallout has been educational. First, she tried getting her job at the yoga studio to give her more hours. They declined. Turns out showing up whenever you feel like it for 3 years because your boyfriend pays your bills doesn't make you Employee of the Month material. Then she tried the dating apps. Her friend Ainsley, who still talks to Terrence's girlfriend, reported that Veronica's been going on dates, casually mentioning her trauma about her financially abusive ex who stole her inheritance. 3 guys have ghosted her mid-dinner when she started talking about their future investments. But the real entertainment came from an unexpected source. Got a LinkedIn message from a dude named Bradley. Hey man, weird question. Did you date Veronica Marsh? She mentioned you on our date, said you donated a huge inheritance to charity out of spite. Bro, if that's true, you're my hero. She asked me about my portfolio before appetizers came. Before appetizers. I responded, it's true. And yeah, she does that. He wrote back, legend. Sending this to my group chat. These gold diggers need to know we're onto them. Apparently, Bradley screenshotted our convo with my permission and posted it in some local dating group. Veronica became a meme. Someone made a TikTok. POV, you're on a date and she asks about your mom's life insurance policy. It got 100K views. Then came the twist I didn't see coming. One of the charities I donated to reached out. They wanted to create a memorial fund in Mom's name. Would I be interested in being involved? Speaking at events? Helping other families navigate end-of-life care? I said yes. First event was last weekend. Small gathering, 20 families dealing with pancreatic cancer diagnoses. I talked about Mom, her strength, her humor even in hospice, how she made me promise to do something useful with her money. After, a woman named Grace came up. Her dad was just diagnosed, same stage Mom was. Your donation is paying for his treatment, the experimental therapy. Insurance wouldn't cover it. You gave us hope. I cried, like, ugly cried, right there in front of everyone. Grace hugged me. Your mom raised a good man. She did her best with what she had. Seems like she had everything that mattered. Meanwhile, according to the grapevine, Veronica's living with her mom. Working full-time now, the horror. Dating some crypto guy who promises he's about to moon. Still telling people I'm abusive. Still posting quotes about narcissistic exes and financial manipulation. But here's the thing. I don't care, like, at all. Because every week I get updates from the charities. Research funded, families helped, equipment purchased for the hospice. Mom's money is doing what she would have wanted, helping people. And me? I'm doing better. Still in therapy. Still cry sometimes when I find Mom's handwriting. Made her lasagna last night. But now I also volunteer at the hospice on Saturdays. Started a support group for people who lost parents to cancer. Met some incredible people. Even met someone. Her name's Elena. Her mom died of breast cancer 2 years ago. We met at the support group. She brings her mom's cookies to meetings. I bring Mom's lasagna. We talk about our moms without anyone calling it creepy or unhealthy. She doesn't know about the inheritance. Doesn't need to. We're taking it slow, really slow. Because guess what? When you're not trying to gold dig, there's no rush. Final update. 6 months later, need to close this chapter because life's moving forward, and I finally feel ready to let this go. The universe has a sense of humor. Remember the crypto boyfriend? He convinced Veronica to invest her savings in some coin that was guaranteed to explode. It exploded all right, went to zero. She lost everything she'd saved from working. How do I know? Because she actually had the audacity to text me from her friend's phone. Dennis, I know things ended badly, but I'm in a really tough spot. Could you help? Even just a small loan? For old time's sake? I donated $100 to the cancer fund in her name, sent her the receipt with a note. Hope this helps someone who needs it. She sent back a voice message that was just screaming. Beautiful. Her mom, Deidre, called next, trying to guilt me. She's struggling. You have money. How can you be so heartless? The same way Veronica was heartless when she called my dying mother creepy. Goodbye, Deidre. But here's the real update. The memorial fund in Mom's name has raised an additional $500 from other donors. We've helped 47 families so far, funded 2 promising research studies. The hospice named a room after her, the Margaret Dennis Comfort Suite. I spoke at another event last month, told the whole story, the inheritance, the donation, even Veronica, though not by name. The room was silent, then standing ovation. Afterward, an older gentleman approached me, handed me his card. He runs a foundation for grief support and end-of-life care. Wants me to join the board. Your story resonates, he said. Loss, betrayal, choosing purpose over pettiness. That's powerful. I start next month. It's a volunteer position, but it feels right. Elena and I are still together, still taking it slow. She was there when I cleaned out the last of Mom's things. Found Mom's wedding ring from Dad. The one she never wore, but never sold either. Complicated feelings about that one, I told Elena. Family always is, she said, holding my hand. She helped me decide what to do with it. We donated it to an auction for the cancer fund. It sold for $3,200. Felt like closing a circle. Last week was the anniversary of Mom's death. Elena came with me to the cemetery. We brought lasagna and ate it right there on a bench, telling Mom's stories. She laughed when I told her about Veronica's reaction to the donation. Your mom would have loved that, Elena said. The charity getting the money instead of that gold digger. You think? Oh, absolutely. From what you've told me, your mom had a wicked sense of humor. She did. She really did. As for Veronica, last I heard she moved to another city. Fresh start, according to Ainsley. Still posting about financial abuse and narcissistic exes, but also posting about manifesting abundance and attracting wealth. Good luck with that. I kept one thing from this whole mess, that folder Veronica made with all her plans for Mom's money. Sometimes when I'm having a bad day, I look at it and laugh. All those houses she'd never live in, vacations she'd never take, the boutique that'll never exist. Then I look at the photos from the Cancer Fund events. The families helped, the research funded, the thank you letters from patients who got experimental treatments covered. I made the right choice. Mom's money is doing what money should do, helping people who need it. Not funding someone's Instagram lifestyle. To anyone reading this going through something similar, trust your gut. When people show you who they are, believe them. And never, ever apologize for grieving someone you love. Your grief isn't creepy. It's not pathetic. It's love with nowhere to go. Find somewhere for it to go that matters. Mom would want that. And Veronica, if you're reading this, and I know you still cyberstalk me, that crypto boyfriend you dumped after he went broke? He just inherited his uncle's plumbing business. Worth about $2 million. But you didn't know that when you left him, did you? Karma's beautiful sometimes. I'm done here. Time to live the life Mom wanted for me. One where I'm valued for who I am, not what I inherited. Thanks for reading. Hug your moms if you got 'em. Dennis P.S. The lasagna recipe? I'm having it printed in a cookbook the Cancer Fund is publishing. All proceeds go to patient support. Mom's recipe is the first one in the book. It's called Margaret's Last Gift Lasagna. She would have loved that too.